Howdy ho, everybody. I am Donuts. I'm here with...
Thermites.
I've seen South Park. I've seen 20-something.
I'm watching it blinds.
This is a Black Lives Matter. Why did I point to myself? All cops are bastards. Translate supporting channel. You better support that shit too, or you can get the fuck out of here. This is, of course, Season 7, Episode 1. Cancelled.
Oh boy.
Predictions for both the episode title and Season 7.
Okay. Season 7, I think, is going to be Season 6 was, we really need to get things back to normal. Because I think Season 7 is going to be the experimental season.
Okay.
I think it's still going to be the main four boys.
Now, what do you mean by experimental? Because Season 6 did kill off the main character. I would say that's pretty experimental.
I guess so.
And it was also, let's bring Butters in for the fourth boy. Let's bring Tweak in for the fourth boy. Let's bring Nobody in for the fourth boy.
True. I think when I say experimental, I just mean different characters.
Okay.
In Season 6, the only one I can think of that we had as a new character was the guy from Shitty Walk.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
As a, new character in the city who just
new character that gets a
that
perspective.
fault. Yeah.
Because, there's plenty of, new characters, but not new characters that we see something from their perspective.
Yeah.
Which we did with Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Predictions for Cancelled?
First episode, if it's not cancel culture, then South Park itself is being canceled.
The town or the show?
The town.
Okay.
Because I think that there is an inherently funny idea. There's a funny ring to the idea of a town being canceled, and B, starting your new season by saying South Park has been canceled. I assume there were probably a ton of ads before the premiere of Season 7 all saying South Park has been canceled.
I will also say, this was supposed to be the 100th episode.
Really?
It is not.
Okay.
We still got a couple episodes for the 100th episode.
Is the 100th episode in Season 7?
It is.
Okay, cool.
It's 4 episodes away or something. This is 97, 96, something like that.
Huh.
It was supposed to be episode 100. I'll have some notes on it at the end and everything.
Okay.
I'll have some notes when we get to episode 100, actually.
Sure.
But yeah, episode 100 is actually not that special at all.
Okay.
This was supposed to be episode 100.
Ah.
So... even though they didn't do it, let's treat it like episode 100.
Okay, sure. In that case, I definitely think it is going to be South Park, the town, is being canceled, and then they go through, all the gross-out humor and stuff.
Okay.
As a, big ol', this is what South Park is like, and then at the very end of the episode, Stan will say, yeah, this is what South Park is like.
Okay. Good prediction. If you want to see the full length for this, check it out on the Patreon for $4 a month. Yep. What would you rate the episode?
Realistically, this one's a 4 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
It feels wrong. I'm gonna say 5, actually. There are some points that I really, really liked.
Yeah, I think it's, again, one of the ones where it is a continuous ganates worse.
Yeah.
It starts 10 out of 10 and just gets lower.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't really know where to put it, Beginning of the episode, 10 out of 10. End of the episode, 2 out of 10, So...
those are the ones that I, in honestly any fiction, if I'm trying to rate it, this is the kind of thing I hate the most, because it feels bad if I say 5 out of 10, but I did laugh at, half of it, and I didn't laugh at half of it.
Yeah, it's, I guess that is a direct 5 out of 10. It is, the first half we laughed the whole time, second half barely laughed.
Yeah.
And that tends to be the reoccurring thing with South Park. Continues to be the reoccurring thing. Maybe they would be better if the classic cartoon 2 15-minute episodes put together.
Honestly, yeah, if they pulled an Adventure Time, I think it would work.
I mean, it's not even Adventure Time. It's just so many kind of shows like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe they would be better at that. I don't know, but yeah, some stuff is just like the Jeff Goldblum joke. Again, they did it 5 times.
Yeah.
And it's it's rule of 3 is a rule of 3 for a reason. It's the more you do it, the less it becomes. I mean, the fart joke as well was just it's just, there's so much of that they just kept doing that shit. Also, again, this really feels like the episodes where they were like, oh, and we still, even after we made the whole episode, we still didn't have enough time, so we're just going to play the thing that we kind of already played at the beginning of the episode at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And they've done that a few times, like, you know, also, like, reminds me of, like, the Russell Crowe thing, where, you know, like, you know, the whole episode ended, and then we cut back to also, like, Chef again, because it just felt like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of times like that, where it feels like the episode ends, and then we do something else to fill that few seconds they weren't able to fill. And that's what that ending felt like. It's like, yeah, we just saw that. We just basically saw this exact scene. But, what do you think about the whole episode overall? Plot, you know? Talk about that.
I think that the premise of Earth as a TV show is solid, but I don't... This didn't even give me the meta vibe of, oh, Train Man, I've probably done this before.
Sure, yeah.
It just felt weird that the boys were just hanging around these two producer aliens all this time.
Yeah.
Like, there was no explanation for why they were still there with them all this time. Apart from them, I guess, just being the most friendly aliens ever.
Yes. Like, yeah, it just kind of, like, happens.
Like,
you know?
I don't get the vibe of no one else has ever been able to change their minds.
Yeah.
Because the boys did it so easily without even trying.
Yeah, like, it just kind of coincidentally happened, you know?
Yeah, like, even if they didn't have the photo, like, the producers were willing to be swayed based on just, oh, you won't tell anyone, right?
Yeah, like, the photo really did not change anything at all.
It felt like literally any being in the universe could have been there and gotten a series
if it was anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, like, they were supposed to be, oh, God, I can't remember his name, which is probably really good. Weinstein. That's who it was supposed to be. Which, you know, fair, but, you know, good God, this episode was racist as fuck.
Yeah.
This might be the most racist episode we've gotten to so far. It's somehow more racist than the Camp of Tolerance.
There is a level, like, I'm not Jewish, so I'm not going to put on a hard rule or anything. I don't think I can do that, but
yeah, obviously.
there's a level of jokes that you make about Jews, even if you are a Jewish person, where it is like, okay, I get, you know, it's funny, you're making fun of yourself, but there is a level where it gets to just, this is anti-Semitic.
And it's also, it's not like they're making fun of Jews, they're making fun of very specific, like, Hasidic Jews, which Matt Stone is not.
Right.
So, like, that's also where, you know, Kyle is fine, because Kyle is like Matt Stone. You know, he's supposed to be like Matt Stone. You know, his family is based off Matt Stone's family and stuff. Matt Stone is not familiar with. He has said many times he's extremely unfamiliar with this side of Judaism.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, you know, it's just fucked up.
It is.
I mean, like, it's, again, I give Trey, you know, excuses on the, like, gay jokes and all that. I'm fine with him being able to say gay jokes because he's definitely repressing his bisexuality.
Okay.
Like, it's just 100%. But, you know, because it is definitely him repressing his bisexuality, there is a level to which gay jokes he can make that he cannot make.
Yeah.
Just because you are, like, in a group does not mean that you can make jokes about that group to the full extent.
Yeah, like, you can be gay and say some real hurtful homophobic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, or, you know, just as you can be a part of a race and say some extremely fucked up shit about that race.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. It's just, boy, the last time this episode was... Oh, I did not remember any of that. Definitely did not remember any of that.
Like... What else do I say about it?
What else do you say? I don't know, man.
I do like the idea of Earth being, like, having as many species as it does because they're being pulled from across the universe.
Yeah.
Like, it is...
But then they go back on that by saying 17.
It's so specific.
Yeah. So, like, either there are, you know, planets that have multiple species on them, or, like, one of what they said was a lie.
Yeah, because, like, you could say, you know, like, they brought horses from another planet and then they evolved, but then why wouldn't other planets also have, like, a ton of different types of horses?
Yeah. Or humans.
Yeah.
You know? But, either way, like, the you know, hitting the Earth with a giant wrecking ball, fun idea. You know, Earth getting canceled in general, fun idea.
Yeah.
Also, I would say, you know, the general in the beginning, the, like, remastering the first episode, essentially, with, like, better animation and stuff like that. And less funny jokes.
I do like it because it's also not a direct remaster. Like, the angles are a bit different. Like, it isn't just, this is exactly the same positioning of everything, but it's cleaner.
Yeah. It did feel like also they were kind of poking fun at themselves a bit and like how the kids talk now versus how they talked in season 1 and 2 and stuff like that. Where like they definitely felt way more like kids in season 1 and 2 not knowing, you know, the curse words they use, which is what they still kind of say about the show now, but it's definitely not what the show. The boys at many times just feel like adults now.
Yeah.
The boys very rarely feel like kids anymore.
Then also,
I think that's why everybody loves the Lord of the Ring episodes, the episodes where they have to like kind of go like, we're gonna just pretend the boys are more innocent than they are.
Yeah.
Because we certainly know that they are absolutely not that innocent.
I mean, there's a difference between like being innocent and like playing around or like doing very kid-specific things.
But even they didn't know what like porn was or sex or
True.
anything like that in that episode. Whereas like
Fair.
they definitely know what it is in almost every other episode of South Park.
Yeah.
You know, and they really have to do that with a lot of those episodes. So it's just like, we're just gonna pretend that the boys don't know. We're gonna pretend the boys are actually the age they're supposed to be.
That's the weirdest continuity in South Park.
Yeah. I brought it up way back in season 1 and 2, you know, talking about that all the time, but yeah, it still weirds me out all the time.
Yeah.
Will never stop weirding me out. Like, Kenny is the only consistent one in that.
Yeah.
Kenny has been consistent from start to finish of how much he knows about shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really think there's anything else to exactly say.
Kenny did not die this episode, right?
No, he did not die this episode.
I liked seeing Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, it was funny. First few times it happened.
Yeah.
I think also, like, it was getting less and less funny because it was getting more and more, like, the last one was like, okay, I can kind of actually see how somebody might make that connection.
That one felt weird because Chef then called that out to say, that one makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it was, like, it made the most sense out of any of them.
Yeah. Whereas, like, the first two were so funny because of how long they were and how absolutely nonsensical they were. Whereas as it went on, it became more sensical and shorter, which, yeah, it's like a weird choice.
I think it makes sense to make it shorter because it was dragging on so much. But at the same time, like, yeah. I don't know how I would do it 5 times and still have it be funny every time.
I would do it differently. You don't have to do the exact same way that, you know, like, just coming with a random thing and, you know.
Yeah.
Going from, like, tracing his, like, thought process from point A to point B, you could do that in different ways.
Yeah. Or you could have, like, Chef and Jeff trade off.
Sure.
Like, one of them says something, the other one goes like, oh, like, when you're cold and you need a blanket.
Yeah. Or have Chef, instead of saying at the last one, that kind of made sense, like, that was stupid, have him say that throughout, like, him saying, like, have him keep going on as Chef in the background, going like, no, that doesn't make any sense, what are you talking about? Getting lore behind the visitors was interesting, I guess. Yeah. You know?
I get why they're around now. Just taking a look.
Just chilling. They're the execs in the background.
Yeah.
They're the guys holding the boom stand.
I think that does fit their design very much. Like, the way they are.
Yeah.
They are very stagehandy.
And they're always in disguises and stuff.
God, the visitor taking off the wig is such a good moment.
Yeah. And it is, like, it's almost like a lore explanation for why, you know, they'll just be dressed up in a uniform, like, nobody would be able to recognize them, because they won't.
Yeah.
They just won't.
Taco the Poops ice cream is good design.
Oh, yeah, iconic design, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, that is definitely big South Park merch.
Oh, yeah.
Surprising, because, like, yeah, I mean, it's such a, you know, small bit thing, but, yeah.
No, I see it.
Yeah, it's strong design. I guess that's it.
I guess so.
We'll see you guys for the next episode.
Notes?
Right, notes. I guess I should do notes.
Yeah, give me those notes.
They did say in Free Hat that next season they will remaster the first episode of South Park.
Oh.
And they technically did.
They did.
During that episode, it was, like, very hard to, like, Also, again, episode 1 has been remastered, like, actually remastered. So, in this episode, there was one joke that Trey Parker has been wanting to do for over a year. What is it?
I mean, it's gotta be Taco the Poops ice cream.
It is, of course, oh my god, there's a huge crack going down the middle here. He wanted to do that for a year! For a year! What is wrong with Trey? Trey, get help!
Such a dad joke.
It's so bad. So, can you name... The boys have been to space twice now. Cartman says, I've been to space 5 times. Can you name all 5 times he's been to space?
Okay, so there is Starvin Marvin in space.
Yeah.
There... See, I can't envision 3 more times where just Cartman went to space.
It's extremely easy if you think about it. Classic advice. It's extremely easy if you think about it. I'll give you. I'm like,
Okay.
this one. One of the 5 he's counting is the time being in space right then.
Okay. Episode 1?
Episode 1.
Right.
What do you mean by episode 1?
Does the ship go? I thought the ship went into space in episode 1, right?
It does. Okay, I will say this. So it was Star from Marvin in space.
Okay.
Well, in order. Episode 1, he's abducted.
Yeah.
Episode 1, he's abducted again at the end.
Oh.
Star from Marvin in space, abducted at the beginning of this episode, and then with him at the end there.
Oh, that's so.
So it is 5 times technically.
Yeah. Okay,
I really like that because when he said that I was like, but then like looking at it I was like, oh yeah, well, I guess it was 5 times.
That does make sense.
So, again, this was supposed to be the 100th episode.
Right.
How do you feel about this being the 100th episode?
Boy, this ain't a good 100th episode.
It's not a good 100th episode, but as far as an idea for the 100th episode, I wouldn't change it.
Sure.
Like, thematically, it makes sense as the 100th episode. You know, and they even say like, it all started with Cartman getting an anal probe, which literally the name of the first episode. Like, it is literally how the show starts.
Yeah.
All that. It's a really good line. Yeah, I mean, it is fitting for that as a 100th episode at the very least.
Yeah, I think conceptually it's fine. It's just the execution that kind of stumbles.
Yeah. Now, there is the comedy rule of I mean, it's a lobby to, TV shows in general, but mostly no comedy, no like sitcom, should go on longer than 100 episodes. Or, in manga, it should go on no longer than 100 chapters, 100 episodes,
Sure.
Whatever medium it may be. 100 is usually the agreed upon. It's very hard for something to stay funny after 100 of it.
Right.
So, like, I don't know, I just wanted to bring that, like, that they brought it up in this show. I bring that up in my reactions constantly. And, TV shows, not a lot of TV shows I've reacted to that have gotten to 100 episodes.
Right.
So, usually I bring it up with manga. And so many times I get comments of, like, like, what are you talking about? I've never heard that before. That is a thing.
Sure.
They even bring it up in here. How do you feel about that sentiment in general? Like, do you agree with that sentiment? Do you disagree? What do you think a show would have to do after 100 episodes to stay fresh?
I do think after 100, like, after passing 100, you do have this weight to your series. And I do think that is a time when you should, like, look back and figure out, like, what do people like about this?
Yeah. Like, inherently, people look at the 3 digits now, and, like, you can't change the perception of your series past 100.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I think it also creates this feeling of, like, you now have an audience that is going to be around for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Like, you have to choose either, are you going to try and get rid of that audience and find a different one, or are you going to appeal to them? If you're going to appeal to them, then you shouldn't try so hard to keep it, 100% accessible.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you want to get rid of them, you gotta do something vastly different, for better or for worse.
Yeah, you gotta change it up in a major way.
Yeah, and that usually does not work in most things I've seen.
Yeah. Like, Psyche, I think, is a good example. Right around chapter 100 and after chapter 100, more plot sort of stuff starts happening to a series that is extremely solely, like, gag and episodic, focused. Which is something South Park couldn't really do, because that's kind of already been what they've been doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is something that I, really worked for Psyche, I think. Because then it could continue to do episodic stuff and then tie in more gag stuff. But that only works because they deprived you of any real continuity for like 100 chapters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stuff like that is easier. You can make smaller changes the less you have done. But the more you've already done, which South Park has already done so much, it's harder to make a drastic change around like 100 chapters or anything. So yeah, I think like introducing more characters around then is, generally, a better thing to do as well.
Yeah.
Again, even in like, Psyche or, I can't even think of many other gag series I've enjoyed past 100 chapters besides Psyche. Or like what animated TV show, like a cartoon, have I enjoyed past 100 episodes? That's like a, comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean, like aside from South Park, yeah. But, like Community, I don't think got to 100 episodes. Futurama, did they get to 100 episodes?
Yeah, pretty sure.
They did? Okay, then Futurama. yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to think of how many shows got to 100 episodes. Actually,
Yeah. Because especially with like TV shows, the like the number that is important, the one that comes up a lot is 65, or no, not 65, right?
I don't know.
I believe 65 is when you hit serialization or
Syndication.
Syndication.
Oh yeah, I actually don't know. Yeah, it's in the 60s somewhere.
Yeah, because it's usually like 2.5 seasons of like an anime or something.
Yeah, which is also what Punky Brewster,
Yeah.
got to about, just into syndication and then stopped.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shows do, Once you reach syndication, you say, okay, I can stop now.
Yeah, like syndication is you can finally chill out. Like
I mean, it's the I don't care about anything. I just care about the money now.
Yeah, I mean that is like this is going to be what the show is.
Yeah.
Like by its very nature. If you're going to keep on doing the show, you have to know that the first 3 seasons that you're doing will be seen by everyone. Like if if you are writing SpongeBob, you do not write SpongeBob with the assumption that everyone has seen every season. You assume they've seen seasons 1 to 3.
Yeah. That is a really good point. Like you don't have to like syndication also means like you can stop the show there and you're still earning money from the reruns and everything, right? Like that is what I was talking about more of like the money thing. If you're in it for just the money, I feel like you just stop once you're in syndication.
Sure.
Like stop production of the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, either way. I think that's it for this. I don't think I have anything else to say.
Mm-hmm.
No more notes.
I think we good.
See you guys for the next episode, which is, of course, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Crazy Cripples.
Oh boy.
With a K.
Oh.
In both.
At least it's not 3.
We'll see you guys for that. Until then, get the fuck out of here.